the leadership and lifelong service that Anne has role modeled for others with humility, that's the best of what we as Cornellians can bring to the world. And Anne personifies that. So thank you, Anne. You really set the bar for all of us.
She has walked the walk. She doesn't just invest in things. She gets to know them personally. She gets to know the individuals who are in the programs. She gets to know the students who are studying. So she is a real contributor in every sense of the word. And in that way, I think she's a Cornellian right at the top of a great group of people.
I first met Anne at a Cornell Silicon Valley event in my first year as president of Cornell. What struck me most was her passion for Cornell and her passion for not just technology, but the people who drive technology. In her days at Apple and at Intel, Anne moved forward a vision that was well ahead of its time, finding the most talented people from every background and thoughtfully, deliberately, and methodically building ecosystems that allow innovation to thrive. We are so fortunate and so grateful that Anne has chosen to join with us to bring that vision to life here at Cornell through her very generous contribution establishing the new Cornell Anne S. Bowers College of Computing and Information Science.
The timing of this landmark gift from Anne Bowers is perfect. The creation of the Cornell Anne S. Bowers College of Computing and Information Science marks a transformational time in the history of CIS at Cornell and in the world. It positions us to meet the demand driven by student interest and to continue to lead with world-class programs for the computing and information age.
Of course, Anne's philanthropy has been transformational for the university for many, many years, supporting arts and sciences, engineering, computer sciences, really across the university. But this gift really goes above and beyond because absent Anne's gift, we were really in difficulty in solving the problem of how to expand our faculty and meet the growing demand of our students.
We've had tremendous growth in the majors like computer science and information science over the last decade. We haven't been able to keep up with that demand. It'll also enable students outside those majors to access computing and information science, statistics, and so forth, data science, in their own respective fields. So opening up the aperture across the whole campus.
But I also just think it's symbolically important. I mean, folks have pointed out that this makes us, I think, the only college of computing or of information science that's named after a woman. We've got a woman president and a woman dean. And that's a big deal. Like, that's a pretty significant, in a field that's sort of traditionally maybe undervalued diverse perspectives. It's an important step in the right direction, I think, and it has symbolic value to, attach Anne Bowers' name to our endeavors.
We had made this bet 20 or so years ago on creating a computing and information science college. It was called a faculty at the time. It's a college now. But that was a smart bet. And in order to actually continue to fulfill those dreams, the growth is necessary. So having, the facilities to meet that demand is maybe one of the most critical things that we can do right now.
And what Anne is doing with Cornell Bowers and uniting that with our strength in engineering and our respect in STEM is making it accessible. She has been a part of opening the door to students that may not have the access. That means students of color, that means women, that means the best and brightest students in the world, no matter what their need or profile is. That's who Anne is. Cornell Bowers to me means the future. And it's because of Anne that we will have someone who brought Cornell to the West, bring Cornell to the world. That's about as good as one can possibly do to impact and change lives.
We're actually seeing the beginning of a revolution. And it's right here at Cornell with
Anne's gift will have an impact across all parts of the university, supporting our computing and information science faculty and students, encouraging collaborations across multiple disciplines, and creating new opportunities for Cornell students in every one of our colleges and schools. This wonderful new gift will cement Cornell's place as one of the very best centers of computing education and research in the world. And it will pave the way for new achievements in the fields of computing, information science, statistics, and data science.
Ann Bowers, warm welcome from the Cornell Silicon Valley Advisors. Ann, you have done so much for the Cornell community. We know this landmark gift is one incredible example of the many ways you have strengthened the university with your leadership. The Cornell Silicon Valley Advisors celebrate the creation of the Cornell Ann S. Bowers College of Computing and Information Science. A toast to your wonderful achievement. Thank you.
The nature of her contributions, both financially and otherwise, are really extraordinary. But the bulk of that, the vast majority of it, I never really knew. I wasn't aware of until I read about her. To me, it's very noteworthy that you can have an individual who is so strong, so powerful, if you will, in terms of what they can do, but they don't wear it on their sleeve. They don't advertise it.
And I hope you're listening, and I want you to know that your name will ring true for generations on the Cornell campus and beyond. Your name will lead education, teaching, and research in computer and information science. Just as you have for several decades, your many gifts to the university and now to the college that bears your name will make a huge impact on our students, to America, and the world. To all family and friends of Ann and to all Cornellians, please know that the example of private philanthropy by Ann Bowers makes Cornell University one of the greatest universities of all time and in service to all people. Ann has always done things her way, always thoughtfully, and in this new college, it will be just another exceptional achievement by Ann Bowers.